Here we go. We're going to go live. We're going to go live. Are you ready to go live? Here we go. Everybody's going live. We are going live. Here we go. Here we go. Fantastic. Another episode of Business Property Entrepreneur Podcast. I've got two excellent business people who got lots of experience. They're going to be joining us. You don't know who it is yet, do you? Do you know who it is? Yeah, it's these people. Here we go. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, some people are joining us. So give me a comment. Let me know where you are in the world, where you are in the country, if you're in the UK. That would be pretty cool. I jumped on a little bit early, just because I've got my good friends here. Raise your hand if your name's Theo. Raise your hand if your name's Lily. Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi. Say hi. Mummy's watching, look. Say hi to mummy. Yeah, so I jumped on a little bit early just to get this thing started. We're streaming across many platforms here. If you're here live, put hashtag live. Put hashtag live. If you're watching it on the replay or listening on the replay and the platform you're listening to allows you, put hashtag replay. Why? Because I got a list of questions. I don't think I'm going to get through all the ones that were sent in. But if you are here live and you are asking here live, you've took the effort to be here live, I will be answering yours. I'll make sure I'm going to answer as many ones that are from the live platforms as I possibly can. And then obviously I'll get through as many of these as I can, because I want to get as many as I can, but obviously want to give practical, actionable answers for you guys as well. Yeah, so hit the share button, by the way. Nice to see you, Sarah. Yeah, hit the share button. Let me know when you've hit the share button. If you've got any questions, start getting them in there. About business, could be a current deal, could be strategy wise, could be what's happening in the market. You know, we've got plenty of questions here that I've got to start blasting through. But also then tag 10 people, because anybody who yeah, okay, I answered that, Sarah. Yeah, so anybody who shares it, lets me know you shared it on your given platform and tags 10 people, and I can see it come up in the comments. You are going to get a very special prize when it comes to the giveaway. Yeah, so we've been doing this giveaway where you can win a 2 Michelin star experience with myself and Nikki. We go for dinner and, have any questions, talk about your business, help you within your business, but also coaching. No, Theo, you don't want a pen. We don't need a pen right now. Yeah, coaching. We're going to have loads of online training programs, lots of merchandise and all these things that we're going to give away. Yeah, so better get started and get into this thing then, because there's so many questions. I'll start with yours, Sarah. Yeah, let's ask you, when is the crypto bull run going to start? I mean, I think it's already started. Question is, like, do you have an exit strategy? Yeah, do you have an exit strategy? That's the question. Are we going to take them both at the same time?
Oh, I can.
Yeah. So do you have an exit strategy? What is your exit strategy? Because people who have invested into crypto, like, what are you going to do and how you get out of it? Now, a lot of the boys who I know who are looking to get out of it, they're going to want to put it into property investing. I still do both. Yeah, what I started in property, and I got all the money, did projects, refinanced it, pulled out tax-free money and used the tax-free money to invest. Yeah, because that way, now I can make money on money. Yeah, his bags are packed. Yeah, cool, got it, good. So, okay, let's get on to the first question on here then. So anybody watching it live, you just let me know. I'm not sure how it's streaming across here. But first person is saying, like, how did you get started in property and why property? So let me answer why property first of all. I mean, when I left school, I went into the construction trade. So I was doing a lot of work for people. And I actually worked on HMOs in Leicester, Foss Road South, massive 4-story buildings. I was doing like 15, 20 bed HMOs. I didn't even know it was a HMO at the time. But I had a lot of experience being on the other side, being on the tools, being a laborer, bricklayer, carpenter, plaster. I did all of these kind of things. And one day I thought, when I've got enough money, then I'll go in to do this myself. Yeah. And that was my thinking. I thought I have to have money, first of all, to make money. And in fact, I was part of a bricklaying team, was building 8 houses in a place called Gruby. And that is when then the son of the owner of the site came to me. He's like, "Mo, why are you guys doing this for yourself? You're pretty good." I said, "Yeah, well, Dean, but you need money to make money, right?" Thank you. You need money to make money. So that's when he said, "Yeah, yeah, you're right, Mark." And that solidified a false then belief system that you needed money to make money. So I tell you what happened is, when I found out that you don't need your own money, and this answers some other people's questions as well, you don't need your own money to make money. In any business, but especially in property investing. There are so many people, because it's such a safe, solid, reliable asset. Yeah, it's not like, hey, lend me some money to, like banks won't even lend you money to buy their own stock. Yeah, how crazy is that? Yeah, but they will lend you money to buy real estate. Yeah, so first of all, when I realized you don't need money, I was like, okay, let me get in now. So that's how I got started into property. Why did I get started into property? Is because I was working my ass off, like 100 hours a week. And I just thought, like, is there a way out of this? And I'd seen what other people could make, the money they could make, the lifestyle they were living, the people who were investing in property and doing it successfully. And I thought, I want a piece of that. And it was only when I thought I want a piece that I started taking action, did it actually tell me, and did I see and it reveal itself of like what's really involved. And that's, kind of got me where I am here today. Yeah, so keep this sharing going, keep the comments coming in. Let me know where you're watching this. Put hashtag live if you're watching it live, put hashtag replay if you're watching it on the replay. Let's get to the next question. Someone's asking, what happens at the Property Entrepreneur Bootcamp? Well, how easy is it to say? I'll just put it simple. What happens is we define what your strategy is based on what goals that you want in your life. Once we got the strategy, we literally get to work and we find the deals right there and then in the room that fit your strategy. Then what we do is we'll show you all the calculations, how to work it out, how to build a team, all of that stuff. We work on the mindset, because when people know what to do, that doesn't mean then that they then go and do what they know. So after that, what we then do is go ahead and raise money. Yeah, so without fail, every single program, there are people who raise money for their property investments. Yeah, some people are totally new. Yeah, but the people who show up, take action, get prepared, get ready, these are the people, that go out there and make a difference. Yeah. So basically that's what we do. Yeah. And we make it work. We make it happen. Yeah. What else we got happening here? Okay, let me press that. Oh. Yeah. Next question. Yeah. I'm going to do this. I'll keep track of them. Yeah. There's plenty. Okay, check this question out. I love this question. I want to come to the Property Entrepreneur Bootcamp, but my wife thinks it's silly, like a get-rich-quick scheme. What can I tell her to make her be more accepting? That is awesome. Yeah, awesome courage for asking the question, but also for being so honest as well. I mean, that is freaking amazing that you guys are so honest. Yeah, so do you have any advice? Yeah. Okay, so look, the pioneers, the people who are going out there, going against the norm. Basically, the norm is, go to school, get a job, save money, retire, right? People who are going against the norm, we're still in the pioneer phase. I mean, yeah, there's lots of people, entrepreneurs. And when you get into the circle, you'll find there's a lot of other people, whoever asked this question. Yeah, there's a lot of other people that are going against the norm, and they'll find other people that are going against the norm, and now all of a sudden now they've got a group of people that actually, this is where I'm getting my acceptance from. In fact, we got some people in our community that when they first started, even when they started buying properties, they still didn't have the backing or the support or the belief from either spouses or close people close to them, basically. Yeah, so some people who are like that, you honestly, you've got to believe in yourself, you got to pack it up, and you got to go for it. Because if you let these other people, it's like the crab syndrome, like you don't need a lid on a bucket of crabs. You know that? Why? Because as soon as one crab starts to crawl out, the other ones will just pull it back in and won't let it out. Yeah, so like you got to be careful that you are not susceptible or open to that, because if you are, then you'll get stuck yourself, and you'll be held back by other people's opinions, where like, what's more important to you, the lifestyle that you are going to live and lead, yeah, and how you are going to be able to provide for yourself and your family, or what somebody else thinks about you. Because for most people, sadly, I think this is very sadly, most people, and actually I'm going to lead to another question that was further down the list, but I'm going to answer it here. Most people care more about what other people think than actually what life can I lead. And this actually reminds me of this question down here. Someone asked me, why the hairstyle? The hairstyles for me, man, it's not for anyone else. Like, a lot of people, sometimes it's flat, sometimes it's nice and high, sometimes it's all over the place. The hair's for me. I love having the hair. I like wearing the headband when I play football or when I play tennis. But I spent too many years trying to be and look like someone that would be liked, or that would get the job or whatever. You know what I mean? So I just was like, hey, listen, it's me. Let it grow how it wants to grow. Sometimes I get it cut, sometimes I don't. But yeah, that's why the hair. But answering that question about, look, there's going to be people who are accepting and not accepting when you go and change your life and when you go and make moves. Yeah. So what's more important to you? You making the moves, or that what other people think about you? So that's what you've got to consider there. Next question. Yeah, since I started my personal development journey, I have lost support of friends and family who think I'm doing weird things. Do you have any advice for me? Yeah, lots of advice. Like, you got to get around other people who are doing the weird things, But for me, I think the people who, go to work every day, especially when it's something they don't even like. Yeah, they don't like the thing they're doing. They go there every day. They're getting paid just enough money, I guess, to make them like not go search for something else. I think that's freaking weird. Yeah, I don't know about anyone else. Let me know in the comments if you think that's weird, because I think that's weird. Yeah, but I also appreciate when you start doing it. Like when I started meditating, and my friend, from the council estate, where I grew up, he was around my house. He was like, "Oh, what's up? What are you doing, Harvey? Why are you doing that?" And it's just like, look, this is what I'm doing now. It is what it is. And what's more important to me is, who am I becoming? Yeah, who am I becoming? What identity? Like, who do I want to be? That's more important than like, who does someone want me to be? Yeah. So the difficult, I'm not saying just, bag all your friends off right now, and get a load of new ones, but there is a transition to be made here, because what are you going to do? Be held back just because of some old lifestyle? I mean, I just went back to, the first house I ever purchased. I just went there, be coming out on YouTube pretty soon, little documentary. And it just, I was thinking, like, this is a different lifetime. This ain't just a different life. It's not just a different perspective. It's like a different life. Yeah, it's like blows my mind. So like, yes, you've been in personal development. Yeah, lost support of friends and family. But I don't do it for the support either. I don't do it for other people to tell me, Mark, great job, well done. If I did, then my gas would run out very quickly. I'm doing it for me. And you got to realize, whoever asked this question, I'm sensing it might be a lady, but it could be a man also. Yeah, but just realize, man or woman, you are number one yourself. But women, you especially need to recognize this, because a lot of women, especially women with children, you give and you give and you give and you give, and you put yourself, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Listen, you got to realize that you're number one. If you don't treat yourself as number one, in fact, if you're a woman, you should be saying right now, hey, I'm number one. Just see what it's like when it comes out your mouth. Yeah, but even for a man, I mean, I don't think men have too much of a challenge doing this, but like, you got to say, I'm number one. Yeah, because then you're going to do the right things, and then you'll be able to support the people around you, and then you'll be able to inspire the people around you, because some of them might think it's weird, then they'll hate on it, and then a lot of stuff, will come and chatter and blah, 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 blah. And that used to happen to me. But now, like, come on, haters, where are you? I think I reply with videos and stuff like that when people, say stupid stuff on my posts or things like that. And they just disappear, so don't worry about that. Yeah. What is the best property investment strategy to make money fast? Yeah, I like that. So if you want to make money fast, it depends what you mean by fast. Are we talking like within, a few weeks? Are we talking within a few months? Are we talking within the first year? Because people may have different versions of what fast is. So anybody watching right now, what is your version of fast money? Is it weeks? Is it months? Is it within the first year? Because actually at the bootcamp, what we do is, you select the strategy or strategies, Yeah, because we teach you how to use the same 4-step formula that works for multiple strategies. So you're not like unfocused on how to find deals and do the numbers and things like that, because it's actually using the same step for many different strategies. Yeah, but then what happens is you will select that strategy based on the goals you have. And if your goals is to make cash flow money right here, right now, something like deal sourcing, where you can sell deals to other investors, people who come into our tribe, who we know we've all had the same training, we know we're all on the same vibe. That's very useful to be able to do that. Also, rent to service accommodation. Some people might say rent to rent, but rent to service accommodation, definitely. Nikki, within less than 12 months, is now in July, just had her first 10K month from the properties that she has done. And obviously there's been money made in between and so on. And she's been like part-timer. She's not even like said, bang, this is what I'm doing, let me go all guns blazing. I mean, if she was to divide the time, I mean, she was helping with, she's head of portfolio for me in our organization, in the Harvey Property Solutions Group. She takes care of all of our portfolio. So in terms of going out there getting new deals, which is what she wanted to do, she was able to make cash, pretty early on. And like I say, just had her first 10K month. Yeah, so there are some strategies to make money fast. What is the best property investment strategy to build real wealth for the future? Great. I don't know if the same person has the same question or what, but building for the future. Yeah. And you can actually still make cash along the way. And these are the best ones, but buy to let definitely makes cash for the future because of the capital appreciation. Yeah. But anything that's buy and hold. Yeah. Buy and hold. Now, if you want to speed up that real wealth for the future, think about it. It comes from the capital appreciation, because then I can refinance later at higher prices and pull out tax-free money over and over again, or I can sell. Yeah, and I can then reposition the funds elsewhere. So this creates real wealth because I've got backing, I've got assets. And by the way, I'm not going to be able to go into the detail here, but you can go into the way you make real money is repositioning. I make more money from repositioning assets than I do in cash flow on a monthly basis. Yeah, for sure. But also to build real wealth for the future is you want to also force the appreciation. You see, if you just buy off plan and wait, 10 years for the prices to rise, that's one way of doing it. But what about if I buy somewhere and I convert it and I force the appreciation? And sometimes we can double it, even triple the value of the property. Some people have even 4x, 5x the value of the property through converting it, adding rooms, building, extensions and so on. If you do that first, automatically you've already added massive value to your property and your portfolio, and then over time it will also increase as well. So you've got double bubble, and it happens much quicker. Yeah, good. We've got some questions from that. I noticed that within the trial, sometimes people ask if anyone can bribe proof of funds. This is funds. Is this them asking for a loan or something else so that they can secure property before they actually have the money? Yeah, so because there's so many untrained people out there and tire kickers in the industry, loads of deals started falling through because people are not either willing to do whatever it takes, or they just went on a course one time and they got no backup support, and they don't know what happens next when someone says yes. They don't know how to do it, right? Yeah, so agents then started saying, hey, listen, you got to show me proof of funds that you're willing and ready to rock and roll and buy this. Yeah, so some people, they used to start sending screenshots of banks and all the rest of it, but then I think the savvy people, they get wise to this as well and be like, well, no, I need to see your name or your business name with the funds in there with the date on it. Yeah, so this is just that means the trust ain't there, that they don't believe or trust that you're capable of actually moving forward with this deal. That's why a lot of people, they'll be scrutinized to be able to say, hey, listen, show me the proof of funds. Yeah, but also with real agents who do a lot of deals, and especially the higher value ones, like some of the deals that I've been involved in, I tell them, like, I don't have that money just sitting in the freaking bank. Like, as we start to move towards the exchange and completion of the deal, the money's going to start moving in, and I can explain where it's coming from and how it's happening, and just build that trust. Yeah, because this is all what it's down to. They just want to make sure that they secure, the deal and the sale. The agent wants to sell, they don't want it just falling through. Yeah, good. Let me know if you answer the question there. Yeah, if I come to the Property Entrepreneur Bootcamp and join your tribe, do I need to quit my job straight away? No, I mean, some people have been in the tribe for years and still, they like their job, so they don't want to quit. Got people who are in doctors, people who are in high-level account management positions, in director positions. They don't quit their job, but what they're doing is building multi-million-pound, portfolios on the side of what it is that they're doing. And then they can now, listen, when you're going to work because you want to go to work rather than you have to go to work, it's a different freaking mindset altogether. And that's what these guys like to do. And some people then do quit when they start making enough money from property. Some people really like what they do, so they just reduce their days. I've had people who work 6 days a week now go to 3 days a week, and actually they make twice as much money working 3 days a week than they did 6 days a week. Because their mindset is different, because they're not there because they have to be anymore. So they can charge higher prices for their service or their contracts or whatever it is that they're doing. Yeah, so you don't have to quit your job straight away. Here, look, this is the next question. I've tried many things like trading stocks, crypto, starting an online business, and nothing seems to work. What is different about a property business? I mean, some of the things that's different about property business is, the leverage, in terms of I can leverage and borrow money against assets. People are more willing to do that. So I can raise money a lot easier. If I want to go out there and say, hey, listen, let me borrow money so I can buy crypto, people still, might still happen, but less, it's going to be harder, to get that happening, because what is it really against? It's nothing. Also in property, everything is already there. Yeah, so builders are there, people who want to lend you the money are there, the banks are there, the rules are there, the regulations are there, the builders are there, the solicitors, the architects, the structure, basically everyone's already there. You just got to be able to put it together. So I've not got to create nothing. I've not got to do nothing new. I've not got to reinvent the wheel. I've not got to time the market, by the way. In cryptos, depending on your strategy of stocks, online business, like some of the easy come, easy go. Yeah, as they say. Yeah, so it's you build a real business around real estate and have it backed by real estate. This is strong, it's powerful, it's lasting, it's strong, it's real. That's why it's called real estate. But then the other side of it is, and this is why within real life we do a lot of this, we got to work on the mindset. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. Yeah, but some of the feedback that we've had is we're the only people out there that takes the mindset and the personal development and plug it straight into the vehicle itself, which is real estate. Yeah, some people, they got technical on how to do stocks, how to do trade, how to do online business, how to be an Amazon dropshipper, how to be X, Y, Z, whatever. And some people, great people like Tony Robbins, they got listen, mindset. I've been Tony Robbins, I love Tony Robbins. Yeah, but very few, if any, in fact, apart from us, say, hey, listen, here's the mindset. This is how you get yourself in the gear. You treat yourself like an athlete. I like to be like the entrepreneurial athlete, like the mindset of an athlete. Imagine people at the top of their game, what their mindset, tennis players, football players, the Olympic athletes, they've got to have a strong mindset, and you plug that mindset, boom, straight into the vehicle. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, if this is making sense. How are we for time? Because we've still got so many questions. Yeah, let me know in the comments anyway. Who's watching? Where in the world are you? Which platform you're watching it on? Or I think it comes up when you comment anyway, because people across all different platforms here. Yeah, okay, next question. Let me know live, people, by the way, if you got any questions. With property, has the time now passed where we can make good money and find good investments? Everything is so expensive. Oh my goodness, this is such a great question. Thank you for asking this, whoever this was. Yeah, so has the time passed where we can make good money? I mean, that's crazy, man. In 2017, they were saying, oh no, don't do it. Prices are the highest prices they've ever been. All this crazy, yeah. Highest prices. Listen, from 2017, then 18, 19, and then we accelerated even more in 2020, yeah, because everyone backed off from the market, and that's where, we just went and started sweeping up all the deals that nobody else wanted to do. And then obviously the 2021, 2022, 2023, now we're refinancing all these deals, repositioning all of our money. So that's when we were told not to do it in 2017. It's not the time. Yeah, the beauty of, like, so you ask, this is a timing question. Is it a good time? Now, I actually do a webinar this Thursday. Yeah. This Thursday, the webinar, you can go to reallife-group.com website and register for that. And I'm going to be talking about, it's not about timing the market. Forget timing the market. There's no need to time the market. You make money in real estate from time in the market. Spending time in the market mean I get my first deal done. I get my first project done. You know, I start gaining experience. I'm building a power team. I'm getting connections. I do the next deal. I raise some more money. I reposition this money. Oh, now I refinance this. Now I'm starting to get paid. And the more time I'm in the market, the sooner you get started, that's you in the market. Yeah, you don't make money straight away, or depending on what strategy you do, but it's not about timing the market. Yeah. So, and by the way, everything is so expensive. Yeah. For me, expensive doesn't exist. I have a formula that I want to know what's the gap between what I buy it for, what I spend on it, what's it going to be worth to either refinance or sell. This is how we make. This is how you make big money. Insane. So too expensive doesn't exist. You know, because you could say, well, there's a house for 100,000 and there's a house for $1 million. Oh, the $1 million one is too expensive. Yeah, but that deal, I could spend another $1 million on it and it'd be worth 5 million. Yeah, or this one here, I can spend 50 on it and now it'd be worth 200. So this one is not expensive, but I only make 50 grand. And this one over here, I make 3 million. You know, it's so expensive doesn't, you know, make any sense. Let's have a see. We've got some people from the lives here. Hi, do you have any students raised solely on debt/private finance instead of joint venture, helping them maintain alternate ownership of the asset? Yeah, so people have done, like, you know, they raise money based on fixed return. I think that's what you mean, isn't it? Just let me know. That's what you mean. Like, you mean just a fixed return, so private investor who is going to lend money for a certain percentage rather than having to joint venture. I mean, the only reason I joint venture, and I did a lot in the beginning, was to move faster. You know, my mindset was like, I'd rather own 50% of 50 properties than 10 of my own. Yeah, why? I go faster, we do more, it's more fun because I do it with other people, but you got to set up the right joint venture. But very quickly, and also it gives credibility. So if you're starting out, it's also good to then say, yeah, I've done some deals. And plus I've become financially associated with some people. So when I bought joint ventures in of very wealthy people who already done property deals, but they couldn't be asked to carry on doing it themselves. Yeah, what I then decided was, yeah, I'll do it for you. You know, you bring the money, I'll do the deal. And that's then how I did it. And by the way, doing that's not a bad thing, because now later on what I do is I refinance properties or sometimes sell them off, and then I buy joint ventures out. So then now I do solely own it. And now all the 100% cash flow goes to me and I've got 100% ownership over it. And that's how I build out my real estate from there. And everybody wins, by the way, because everybody has different goals and wants to go different ways. Let me know if that answers your question. Yeah, time has passed. Yeah, okay, next one. What are the biggest mistakes new property investors make, and how can I avoid them? What a freaking question. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good question. Now, here's the biggest mistake, and it's not what you think, I promise you. You see, most people, they're going to think the biggest mistake is forgetting to notify building control, not getting the right deal, didn't work the numbers out. I mean, look, these are some things that can carry on, not just for beginners, even for people later down the line. I know people who are doing millions and millions and millions of pounds a deal, and they find themselves in a good deal. Yeah, sometimes this happens. But the biggest mistake, let me tell you the biggest mistake, it's not what you think as well. The biggest mistake is people don't realize, they don't realize this. They don't realize that either way, they pay. Either way, they pay. This is the biggest mistake in property investing. And people are so egotistical sometimes that they purely convince themselves that they can do it by themselves, or they can get it on the cheap, or I'm not paying for advice. I don't want a consultant. I don't want a mentor. I don't want a coach. I don't need a training program. You know, and by the way, you know, some of that is because there is some stuff out there that it's pretty basic, pretty like, you know, not useless. That's probably a bit too harsh, you know, but just theoretical information, you know, from 1995 or whatever, you know, once upon a time, this is how you did it. Yeah. And it's not giving like the mindset, how to navigate the market and all the rest of it. But people, either way, they pay. Either you pay the price for good coaching, good mentoring, consulting. You know, I pay good builders. I pay good solicitors. I pay good brokers. Yeah. Or you pay the price of making the mistake, messing it up, having amateurs slow your stuff down, rubbish lenders, rubbish solicitors, rubbish architects don't know what they're freaking doing. The computer breaks and all of a sudden, they can't send you the stuff. I've heard all these stupid excuses before. So either way, you're going to pay. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense, because sometimes people are like, what do you mean either way you're going to pay? Is this making sense, everyone? Let me know. Just, give me a bit of feedback on that one. Yeah, so it's crazy stuff. And by the way, I'll tell you what, share it and tag 10 people on this post right now. Yeah, and if you do that, yeah, and notify us, yeah, from here, I am going to put this in here for you. Yeah, this link, see this giveaway, we're going to give you 10 entries. Yeah, 10 entries for you to so 10, and each entry, by the way, is a ticket, goes into the draw. So obviously you got a higher chance, because to get 10 entries, you'd have to do a load of things, it takes a lot of time, so you can get 10 entries. Go away and see how you can make that happen. But this is how you got to avoid the mistakes. Because I see people go into deals. I see people complaining, by the way, of like, oh, someone might, charge extortionate money. And I know why, because there's a load of people out there that, charge money, but they didn't really give anything. Yeah. But also, what people do is sometimes they just pay for one time of coaching or one time of training or whatever and think, yeah, I'm done now. I know what it is. Like I spend 6 figures a year, in personal development, coaching, mentoring, consulting, business coaching, mindset coaching, tennis coaching, all these different coaches. Yeah, because I know that but either way, I'm going to pay. Either way, I'm going to pay in time. I'm going to pay in time. I'm going to pay in my confidence. I'm going to pay in morale. I'm going to pay in making mistakes. I'm going to pay in trying to figure it out myself. Some people might want to just read a book and say, I'm going to read the book and figure it out myself, rather than have someone guide them through the process and help them navigate, things. Because you have to go and make the mistake to be realized, oh, don't do that. Where other people can just say, yeah, by the way, swerve that and just go straight for this. Yeah, and you make money faster. So this is crazy. Like either way, you pay. So you're going to pay because you wanted to do it by yourself. Yeah, versus actually, I'm going to pay the right team members. And by the way, this is the same for like builders. I'm going to pay, builders less money, and then I hear like builders run away with money. Why? Because you paid a cheap price. They can't afford to finish this freaking job. There's no money or margin in it for them anyway. So they're going to make some money somehow. So they do it by running off and going bankrupt with everybody's money. Yeah, I've seen that many times, and it's happened to me as well. And I've had people, then I have to a couple of years down the line in property projects, like got to repaint, get rid of mold, furniture falls to pieces. Either way, you're going to pay. Yeah. So pay a good premium. Do your due diligence on people who are good, or furnishing providers, coaches, mentors, trainers, solicitors, whatever, and make sure that happens. Yeah, that's a big one. You asked for the biggest mistake. I mean, there aren't many mistakes, but that's the biggest one. How do you stay motivated and focused in the property industry, especially during challenging times? How do I stay motivated? If you're asking me, I love the game. Yeah, I'm not I don't walk onto a tennis court and be like, okay, it's difficult now because they're winning more points than me. Let me just quit. Yeah, let me just walk off. I enjoy the game of like, right, how can I get into this game? It's the same for the business and the property world. Turbulence, I like to call it. It's just a bit of turbulence. If you've ever been on a plane and you feel a bit of turbulence, and you're anything like me, my heart starts going, oh, I don't know why, even though I think, what are the chances? I'm pretty safe up here. It's pretty all good. We probably could crash land if worst case scenario, it's going to be all right. Yeah, but still I freak out. Yeah. So that turbulence in business sometimes freaks people out and they're like, I'm off, ciao. Or property investing, they kind of slow down or stop taking action on opportunities that they should do. So 2 things. Number 1, I love the game. But number 2, I focus on using formulas. Yeah. So the formula tells me whether I do the deal or not what I feel like. The formula says, yes, Mark, do the deal, or no, Mark, don't do the deal. Why? Because if I didn't do that, then what would happen is I would be here going, not feeling good, had a bad day or whatever. I don't know, not feeling good in whatever way. And then it'll be like, no, I'm not going to do the deal. Well, I should have done the deal. I should have done it. But then the other reverse happens. Maybe I'm feeling good, lots of money. I've just made it. Transactions happening. Maybe I refinance a few $100,000 just coming into the bank. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's go out there and do it. Yeah. And I shouldn't do it. Yeah, so like you can be overconfident and do deals that you shouldn't do, put money into things that you shouldn't put money into, and I've done that. And I've done that not just in property and other things as well. Yeah, so it's the formula, it's the due diligence that way. Yeah, let's keep going. Can I start investing in property with little to no money? What are the options available with someone with limited capital? I mean, I built the first £6 million of my portfolio with zero my money. I've taught other people to build millions of pounds, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Even people have gone right up to the 20 and 30 million pounds worth of deals using other people's money. Yeah. Because even when it is your money, so like let's say I've owned a property for a while, I've added value to it, and I've kept it for a while, so it's worth even more. And I go back to the bank now and say, hey, listen, I want to refinance and pull this money out. Basically, that's my money because I'm doing it against my asset, but it's still not my money, is it? Because the bank's giving me the money. Yeah. So, but even in the beginning, you don't need your own money. They will lend you the money to purchase it. They'll lend you the money to do the works on it. In some cases, depending on your project, joint ventures will come with the money. There's ways to get creative finance, through other loans and credit cards and all these things. Man, like you want to get your hand. Like sometimes when we go to the boot camp, there'll be like between 15 and 20 different ways that you can raise money that we teach and we discuss and we show you how to do it, and then boom, then we go and do it. That's why we've never failed to raise money right there and then in the program. Yeah. So let me know if anyone would love to raise some money for their property investing. Yeah, hopefully that answers that question. Right, wow, we've got to keep going. We've got to probably speed up a little bit. Let me see how many I can get through. How do you evaluate a property deal is worth pursuing? What criteria do you use? So my first thing is, what are my goals? Like, is it cash flow? Is it a certain, like I want to get to 10K, 50K a month, whatever it is. Once I've got that goal, and based on like, why do I want that goal? Because I want to quit my job, or because I want to, travel all over the world, and this is the amount of money I want, whatever. Then I'll select a strategy. Once I've got the strategy, then I'll get the area where that strategy works. Yeah. Once now I know the area, now I will go into the marketplace and find out, right, what, based on this strategy, what is selling. Let me use a real example. Let's say it's a flips. Yeah. So flips was strategy for me to earn the money I want to earn. Let's say 50K to 200K a time on each flip. So now my criteria will be what is selling in the marketplace, because obviously I want to sell something. So what is selling, what's flying off the shelves, what goes the fastest, what goes the most often. Then my job is to go and find stuff that is not that property. Because when I find things that are not that, now I can spend money on it to turn it into the thing that everybody wants. And this basically works in any country all over the world, by the way. Yeah, so do many other strategies. But this one in particular, you're just giving people exactly what it is they want right here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So my criteria would then be, what is it worth in the end when people are buying it? So I got to come and buy it lower, spend money on it, and there's still a gap, because that gap is my profit that I will make in between what I buy and spend on it versus what I sell it. Hopefully that makes sense to that person. What role does mindset play in becoming a successful property entrepreneur? Some people say 80%. Let me know what is it? What role? Put hashtag live if you're watching it live. Put hashtag replay if you're watching it on the replay. Reason being, if you put replay and then that name asks a question, my team will notify me that obviously you didn't watch it live, and we'll get the answers to the questions that you put in there. Yeah. What role does it play? Yeah, some people say 80%, some people say 99%. My honest, belief, and it's only my belief, is mindset is 100%. Mindset is 100%, because it's the only thing that either gets you doing the deal or stops you from doing the deal. Let me know if you have a different opinion. I would say it's 100%. So that's a quick and easy answer. Here we go. How do you continue to grow and scale your property business once you have a few successful deals under your belt? Yeah, good question. Yeah, so you should be already learning how to do this from the very beginning, by the way. Yeah, it shouldn't be like, oh, now I've got a few deals, how do I scale the business? And this is some of the problems that people have And why they only get to a certain level, it's because what they'll do is they'll go out there, they'll do a few deals, it'd be clunky as hell, messy as hell, cause them a lot of time, stress, worries. They'll pick up some battle scars, sometimes financially, physically, hopefully not physically, but mentally, emotionally, through the stress. And then they're like, oh wow, how do I scale the business? I'll put all this work in, I'm not really making any money. And that's not the end of the world, because that's what I did as well. Caused a lot of challenges for myself, but then I got myself sorted. So how do you scale? First, you got to streamline. Most people just try and scale straight away. First, you got to streamline. Break it down to the pure basics of what a bit like building a property business is, or being an entrepreneur in property is, which is deals, projects, finance, manage. You got to break it down to such those simple things, and then start systemizing each bit one by one. And this is what we do at our programs. We'll teach you how to systemize. Some people are like, oh, I have a piece of software, so that's my system. No. That enables you to follow a system. But what's the actual system? So you've got to have a deal finding system. You've got to have a project management system. You've got to have a raising finance and managing your finances system. You've got to have managing your portfolio system. How do I know when it's time to sell or when it's time to refinance? You've got to have these systems. So first of all, streamline it, strip everything back. Forget all the bells, the whistles, the this, the that, going in too many different directions. Focus purely on what is your core strategy. What is the strategy you give at least 70% of your time to? And focus on that, strip it back. And here's the beauty. When I did this for, let's say, HMO was one of the strategies that I did the most in the beginning. And I focused on what is the step-by-step process to find the deal, to fund the deal, to fill it, get it filled, to refinance it, and to have it in my portfolio and manage it. And I then used that same philosophy to go and do new builds, to do commercial properties, to do real life resorts, to buy in freaking 8-figure hotels. It's the same process. So that's how you scale. You strip it right back. Most people think, I've got to add loads of things on. No, the adding the loads of things on is what stops people from scaling. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments. Great question, whoever asked that. What are the best resources, books, courses, podcasts for someone looking to get started in property investment? So look, book, I'm going to be biased, I'll be open and transparent. I think my book, Your Path to Business and Property Wealth, go from 0 to 2 million to 10 million. Why? Is because I read so many books and they have loads of great information in there, but sometimes too much information. Where was the practical advice of actually, okay, now do this. Okay, now do that. So I actually, when I wrote that book, I wanted to create something that people could follow, just very easy, very simply. I think most people, they think they've got to fill books with so much things. So people are like, oh, bravo, you know a lot. I ain't interested when people think I'm smart or not. I want people to be like, have it simple and just be like, okay, yeah, take this action. Okay, now you've done that, take this action. Now take this action and go that action. So in my book, it's got 15 chapters, takes you from start to finish on not only just how to start in property, but raise the finance, manage it, find the areas, do the numbers. It's got the formulas in there, literally step by step, practical actions, get it done, get it started. So rather than, again, just say, hey, come to real life, what you got to do is you got to find something that's practical. A lot of people, they're sitting there teaching like a theory and a step-by-step and, watch my video program course, this and that. For us, video courses are just one aspect. What you need is total immersion. That's get out to an event, 2 days, 4 days, a week, like there's many different, programs out there. That's total immersion, get loads of insights, but you also got to have something that works on the mindset. It can't just be the theoretical information. If that was it, just, you could just watch videos. So obviously that's not how it works. So total immersion is one thing, but you also need spaced repetition. So you need like community to ask questions, any time of the day, but then also getting from people who are doing it right here, right now in the moment. You got to get questions answered from these guys, ask for advice of this, and then you also like one-on-one coaching is what makes a big difference. Some of the people who go the furthest, the fastest, in my experience, they've got someone who's one-on-one, helping them unblock their crap and all the rest of it, from stopping them from moving forward, or taking their lunch, or maybe just reviewing deals with them, helping them understand, yep, that is, correctly, and carry on. Yeah. And then the online courses is like your daily integration, step by step. What documents do I need? What loan agreement this, what NDA that. So whoever asked this question, I hope the answer is making sense to you. But you need a variety of things. It's like you don't just have your dinner and say, okay, today I'll just eat carrots. What? Why would you do that? Nobody does that except rabbits. And even rabbits have a bit of lettuce there as well. So what you got to do is you got to have a recipe of a few different things that give you things from different angles. Listening to books and audios, reading books, fine. Online programs with a bit of, hey, take action, download this document. One-on-one coach, help you overcome it, ask questions, stop you from procrastinating. And total immersion, like transformational. Like we don't say we do courses, by the way. What we say is like it's a program. Why? Because a program is like you follow the program, it works on you. When our program works on you, it works on your business. I hope you don't never come to a program because you say, I wanted to see Mark. Forget Mark, like your business, your process, who you become in the process of making the money is actually the most enjoyable bit of the money. It's not the actual money itself, it's who you become. So hopefully that helps. How do you determine the best location for a property investment, especially in an uncertain market? Let me ask you this question. When has the market ever been certain? Let me know in the comments. Someone, let me know in the comments. When has it ever been? When has it ever been certain? So if you re-look at it that way and take your mindset a different track, then this helps you realize that the market, they're always going to say it's uncertain. There's always a problem. I don't know if it's just all around the world, but it's definitely in the UK. Here's a webinar anyway, where I'm going to show you exactly how to set things up so you can register for that. It's happening this week. What we also got is this boot camp. So the next boot camp happening in a few weeks time. I think it's about 4 weeks, 3.5 weeks, something like that. 2 days solid. Where we're plowing through, making things happen. But getting back to what you were saying, in an uncertain market, how do you find the area? What I like to do is build properties where I have options. I have different exits. So I built a new build to flip it. But then I couldn't. So then I held it for a buy to let. I made about 60 grand over 3 years from the rent. And then I sold it. Later, and I refinanced it in between. In fact, that property paid me about 8 times, from different things that I did along the way, from refinancing, pulling money out, then the rent was a one, and then a sale, and then it's going to give me my tax efficiencies, and plus I saved 20% because it's a new build. So it paid me 8, 9 times. It's probably going to pay me all in all. And timeless strategies is got to be in the places where it's like look for the places where they're firing up the accommodation. Where they're firing up the accommodation, because generally what will start to happen is people will want to buy these properties that are coming to market, even in the big blocks of flats as well. So there'll always be demand for rent. And by the way, when the market's going up, it's because more and more people are buying. So that means doing flips and stuff like that is great. But if the prices start going down, people are like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. What do you mean it's the end of the world? If people are not buying, that's why the price goes down. Really, all that means is now people are going to be renting. So as long as you can cater for those two main things, either I can sell it or I can rent it, then you are future proof. So forget uncertain time. There's always uncertain time. You just need a property that you can do either or with if necessary. Because some people are, if I sell it, I'm going to lose money or I'm in negative equity. No, only if you're forced to sell. Yeah, so as long as I have a strategy, so one of my HMOs, or I started it off as a HMO, actually became service accommodation. Yeah, and it worked very well. And actually, it was making more money than all of my other properties on the same street, even though I had less units on it as well. I only had 5 units within this one. Other ones I had 6 or more. This one was making more money because I had the versatility to be able to do that. So when we design our properties, I like to have it with that in mind, where I'm like, okay, I've got a few options here. And by the way, I massively stress test it. You know, a lot of people, there was a Facebook group where someone said, oh, you know, the rental market's dead and all the rest of it. I'm like, what are you talking about? If your properties are dead, not making any money, it was never a deal in the first place. Just because the cost of living has gone up and the interest rates have gone up, that means you never stress tested it and you never worked out anyway. If you started locking in deals at 2% interest and now it's gone up 7%, you know, that's your fault, man. I mean, one of mine's got up to 10%, you know, because I locked it in at base rate plus 5%. So when the base rate went over 5%, I'm paying over 10%. Yeah, I'm refinancing it because I want to get a better deal now. But besides the point, like, I don't lose money on it, you know, just because the market swayed crazily, you know, in a different direction. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, next question. Let me know if any people on the live have got any more questions, you know, before we wrap this baby up. In fact, I'll make this the last one on here. I'm not going to get through more, and if there's any on here, I'll do that as well. So someone is saying, what is rent to rent? Yeah, simplest answer to answer that. Rent to rent is like, let's say a landlord like me, you know, I own a property, but I don't know what I'm doing, and you know, like, I'm not making any money. So someone could come to me. Actually, I received a letter the other day and said, hey, I'll pay you a guaranteed rent, yeah, and then I'll take control of the property. It means I still own the property, but they're going to rent it from me. But what they're going to do is then rent it to someone else, hence the name rent to rent, because they'll rent it from someone and then rent to someone else. People like Hilton hotels do this. Yeah, they call it leasing, but it's still rent to rent. They don't own the building that the hotel is in. Yeah, I was actually, you know, in the running for buying a hotel that Hilton did not own. It was owned by someone else, hence, you know, he's selling it. And then so I obviously understood all the details of the deal. So Hilton have this, you know, big hotel, 164 rooms or something like that they don't own. But what they do is they badge it as Hilton, and they obviously rent it out as, you know, service accommodation, basically a hotel. So that's what's rent to rent. So yeah, great money maker if you have the right deal, like that you can take a property and you pay a certain amount for it and whatever value you're going to add to it. So if Hilton puts it on it, automatically Hilton have this, okay, I go to a Hilton, I know what I get. Yeah, so they add value to it. If you want to take someone else's HMO, for example, and you're like, right, we now badge it as, you know, whatever my property company is, and we make it look all great and we add value to it. We spend about 4,000 or 5,000 on it, making it look nicely decorated. Then I'm going to get more rent for it. And then obviously the rent I'm getting versus the rent I pay is my profit. So hopefully that answers that question. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Put hashtag replay and let me know if you've got any questions. For those people that may have questions that didn't get a chance, or maybe were not answered, we'll see, you know, based on the responses, whether you guys want us to do something like this again. Wow, it's pretty fast fire, wasn't it? Yeah, so, but thanks for being here. We have a mastermind for our private community that happens, you know, every single week on a Monday. Yeah, it's like real life, you know, the Money Monday magic. Yeah, everything that happens on a Monday, so you can be brainstorming with people, getting the mentoring, getting the coaching, asking and answering the questions. You know, that's how we roll. So if you're thinking about getting started, I would say get on the Get Started in Property webinar that happens this week. I think it's Thursday, but the links are there. So go register for that. It's going to blow your mind on how you can make £1 million a year. Yeah, and what it would take to do that. And if you're really up for it, you want to, and you're saying, hey, listen, I'm ready to rock and frick and roll, and get yourself to the boot camp in London, 13th to the 14th of September. That's where we're going to be. Me, my team are going to be there. You know, without fail, we find deals, and without fail, we raise money. Yeah. So if you want to be around that and actually get to do it yourself, then get registered, and we'll see you there then. Until next time, do the right thing for the right reason, because it's the only way to discover your true potential.